Fucking dino.
That sounded good enough, folks. That sounded pretty sweet. I'll just
Shit.
edit another wee note on it just to make absolutely sure. It says picking up a little of my computer, unfortunately, but yeah, I've just turned myself down.
Good.
Fuck you, can you say that?
Do some more.
We were just talking there about my pal that died of heartburn.
Oh, yeah, is this a good time to tell you I've already hit record?
Gav is gone. He's
I tried to
didn't vibe with me much here.
Gav is
my
gone.
French pal Renee. Well, we call him Rennie, but
oh, smooth. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I like that one. That's kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Spicy.
Dad joke podcast, or are we going to get into it at any point?
I mean, I'm that joke podcast. I'm fine for that. I can get with that. I can vibe.
I used to have a pal with a car on his head. He named Jack.
I bet you Jack.
Hey, I'm done. That's it. I'm done with day ones.
Let's go, Troll. Here's a
Okay.
intro for our awesome guest.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome again, as always, to the Unofficial Official podcast. This week we have a lovely guest. We have young Cruizah.
Hiya there. Hi, Abby.
Pretty good,
Awesome,
pretty
man.
good.
Thanks so much
Good
for
stuff.
joining us. Thanks for
No. Thank you for having me.
weird
Appreciate it.
time of night on a Monday to be doing this, but
I know. Sorry, I'm a night shift boy now, so I'm not a day walker anymore.
how is the night shift treating you, Troll?
Oh, I fucking love it, mate. Honestly, see sitting and having like no work to do and just sit and play my Switch and fucking smashing Dragon Quest and getting paid for it. Beautiful.
Oh man, sounds
That
great.
sounds good, to be
Where'd they
fair.
apply?
Well, I can't discuss that on air.
So as clearly as you can, Alex, through your Tesco value fucking mic, how's things going on your end? No.
Yeah, really good. I've got a gig this week with my band. Well
Nice.
excited. And I'm not at uni at the minute. I'm on my reading week, so all I do is study. I'm getting another hole put in my face tomorrow. Life's
Nice.
good.
Where are you getting the whole put?
My lip.
You getting a hole put in your lip? May I ask why?
I'm getting a piercing, Cruizah.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I'm a man of no piercings. I thought when you said hole there, I straight away thought dentist, but
No.
Mm.
I thought your appointment was at 2:30.
Oh, for
That's
fuck's sake.
Sorry. Stop that.
2:30.
What about you? How's your week's been? What have you been up to?
Just hammering it out as usual. In preparation for the possibility of Cruizah not turning up tonight, I spent 3 years listening to Kanye talking to actual Ken.
I've
Did you
not
actually
listened
listen
to it
to it?
yet.
Yeah.
One of my mates has listened to it and he's like, I got a headache listening to it. He was like, my head actually hurt afterwards. He was like, what? So I'm looking forward to giving it a listen to.
I'm a humongous die-hard Kanye fan.
Sweet, so you're going to vote Kanye in 2020?
If I was American, I would, but sadly I'm not. I just buy his trainers instead.
That's how you show your support for his
Oh,
election campaign.
I like Kim Kardashian's pictures and I buy his trainers. What can I do more now?
That's all the support they need, really.
That's all they need. They know who I'm at anyway, because I'm the shoe connoisseur.
Kanye's busy, mate.
Have you ever seen Kanye when he wears the? I don't even know what they are. They're like how do I put it? It's like the dashboard inside a very old Jaguar, like the kind of, it's like like an orange and black wooden. Have you seen it? No, seen these trousers he wears, and they look like they're laminated on him. They look kind of cowboyish. Oh mate, they're absolutely horrendous. He thinks his style of fashion when he wears all these crazy things is good, but I don't know so much sometimes.
I think that's what happens when you get loads of money. See it in rich kids a lot. Like they literally wear things because they're expensive, not because they look good. Like there's all sorts of like YouTube videos are like, oh man, look at what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a $3,000 jumper. Oh man, I've got a $2,000 chain. My trousers, my fucking chinos here. Grand, great. It's like you look like an idiot. None of that matches.
I'm quite I fall in that category, a hype beast. Not like 3,000, 2,000, anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do have, a £190 t-shirt. I do have, your 450 quid trainers. I do have that, but I don't fall in the category of thousands. Like fuck that, man.
Yeah.
If I'm putting on
Madness.
£1,000 jeans, I want to shite diamonds.
Aye.
Got some authentic holes in the back of the bad boys. Nearly as cut shite.
Mate, it's all about, see, when it comes to jeans, man, it's all about Primark. I believe it or not, I'm a woman's shop. I actually shop in the women's aisles when it comes to jeans because
I shop in
dunno.
the men's aisles. So.
well, there you go, flip a rooney.
Flip reverse that.
It's just so much more. It complements my quads. I try a lot of my quads, and my rear end. So I like to show off.
Which makes it pop.
That's that. If you've got it, flaunt it, kid. Know what I mean?
That's what it's about. Shake what your mama gave you.
Not to dissect us too quickly, but we brought you in here to ask you some candid questions and get to know you a wee bit better. Obviously, I mean, see, the other two might not Ken or Troll does, but me and you go way back like 3 weeks now.
Oh, definitely, man.
Like,
Hardcore.
Aye,
Jump outside Scotland.
Is that right?
Oh, mate,
Me and you
we used to stand at the Spar and get a jump into the shops. Know what I mean? We're close, man. We're tight.
No, but I really appreciate the fact you've just like been leaning back into Crazy Scotland, whereas I like try to kick things up again and fucking giving a wee hand out to the smaller tubers such as ourselves.
Love a handy.
Oh, thank you very much.
And on that note, like, I guess it's the most pertinent question, but why did you start making like content and shit?
See, funny enough that you asked this, I was actually standing in the shower just before I was about to do this, and I was like, I bet you any money I get asked why I started this. And, do you know, the main is pure, like, fanboy craziness. Oh, look at me, fucking, I followed the trend of everybody else that started YouTube, but I did follow from a YouTuber. I've had the privilege of meeting him. I've spent time with him and that, and it was Syndicate. Like I watched him, when I was a little pup, and I don't know. I used to just watch it and think, man, that looks good, man. Like it's creative. I've got attention deficit, so my brain runs galore. So it's a way to just get creative and get fun. So I decided, I'll try it. I'll give it a go. Got into obviously the Minecraft to begin with. What typical, gaming YouTuber doesn't start off with that.
Who didn't? Yeah.
Exactly. So I started, slaying some pigs and stuff, and it kind of just led into the world that I'm in, and it's been one of the most craziest journeys ever because the amount of people you meet through it all, and it's a good learning curve and all that stuff. So it was from, watching other content creators, it's made me come into it.
Well, that was what I was going to ask next. Is like, how has the grind been overall? But I mean, it sounds like you've mostly enjoyed the process more than anything else.
I've loved the process, like the gaming events and all that. Like they take the cake, like meeting people and all that. Especially people come up to you and they say your quotes and stuff. I had a kid one day come up to me and one of the quotes I said in a video was but no, this is horrible. It was a joke, by the way, but I says why don't you give that dog a ripple? A ripple being a chocolate bar. Dogs obviously can't have chocolate.
Poisonous,
and he came up and says this to me next to his dad, and I'm like, so I looked at his dad, man. I was waiting his dad give me a stone cold stunner right to the dish, you know what I mean? And and that kind of stuff, that's amazing, and it makes everyone worth it. Like, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of brain hurting, stingy eyes and all that come along with it. I've never been a grinder on my own. I've obviously fell in the category of being a duo, obviously with batchy, but the getting to it was very difficult. It was because it's trying to fit time into you because you've got your private life, I've got a full time job and all that. So that's the difficult part, is trying to balance everything. Know what I mean? And YouTube doesn't give me an income where I can leave and do it full time. So you have to do a lot of things in the background to be able to continue.
Well,
Juggling.
More so now, obviously, like, recently you've been streaming,
Hmm.
and obviously seen a hell of a lot more on that platform. Is that
Mm.
like a newfound kind of uptick,
Ye-
or was that
mm,
just a case of COVID and you went fuck it?
Well, I streamed a long time ago for some days and that, and then I fell off, obviously. And then I came back to it during lockdown because the world was open at this point. Every single minute was mine. There was nobody to stop me. There was no work. There was no, social life, as in
Mhm.
person to person, not over the internet. So it was from lockdown, and every single second day, I just sat there thinking to myself, "This is electrifying, man. Like I wish I could do this every single day, like Sunday to Sunday, man. Like I'm not like God. I don't take a rest. Know what I mean?
He's a shite bag, son. He is.
Fuck yeah, man. Take my rest. You on about mate? But it came for that, and the grind was incredible. Then obviously I went back to work, and it wasn't that I dropped off it because look at me, I'm back to work. I don't give a fuck. No, it was just that there was no time for it, and I'm kind of I'm trying to trickle into it. I say every single live stream, that's me back now. That's me back. I'm going to start doing it regularly. I'm going to start doing it, 3 or 4 times a week, and I can't. It's so
It's-
difficult, man.
Yep. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It's a different slog and a different beast altogether. I think I've certainly struggled with that. Like, we made more YouTube videos than we did streaming, but we actually started off trying to do it all live in a winner and just doing like 1.5 hour shows. Like did that once a week, but
Yeah.
nobody was watching it, so like we adapted.
Yeah.
But then obviously I tried streaming, but that can knock out you, bro. Like
Oh,
you've got to build yourself up to that, and I think you've done a good enough job of keeping somewhat consistency. Like you
Yeah.
seen you like went at it hell for leather to start with, and then like you said, you're like take a bit of a
Aye.
break, Ken.
You're right. Like live streaming, a lot of people think it's much easier because you missed the editing and all that. But the thing is about it, as cliche as this sounds, but like Cruizah in a sense it's not a character, but it's a more oomph version of me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't have a person who sits back and just be, like this and that. Like so, it's me. Like I'm like what I'm at work, but it's just mere constant. Like for an hour and a half of just craziness, I am not like that in my work. You know what I mean? Like
No.
it's kind of in and out. You see it come, you see it go. You see me moody, but in live streams you don't. So you do get you start like when you come off live stream, man, you're just sitting there pickled
Drained.
because you gave it everything. You know what I mean? And that can be difficult. And streaming is not easy, especially with the haters that come along with it.
Yep. There's the haters, and there's also you have to remember with streaming as well to make it good. You have to be your own editor on the fly. You have
Definitely.
to do a shit ton of setup beforehand and test it to make sure your sound's all right. And you could go away and do something else and do a different video and be like, oh man, this different program, I need to change the gain of my mic for that program. Forget to change it when you're back to live streaming. And see if you've not got somebody in chat or you haven't done a proper check before to go, your mic's a bit wonky. Then you could be sitting for 45 minutes with just shocking audio that you've not realised. Like, oh shit, I need to fix that.
Exactly. Mate, I've started streams off and been like throwing everything at it. What's happening? Gina, how's your weekends? Loving it and all that. And then just for somebody to say, you're muted, by the way.
Mate, I
'Cause
do that so often.
my chat do this thing, and when they start off, they do this thing where they have conversations with themselves. So they're not actually they probably aren't even looking at the screen. So the 1.5 minute I'm spending on it, everybody else in the chat's talking to themselves, and then it's like somebody's just like, "You're muted, mate," and I'm like, "Bro, a whole minute and a half I was muted for there. It's just a pure redneck."
That is. You feel like a fanny.
That's the
that
problem.
really
Like live, I come for a scheme. So my tongue is very it's full of profanity, basically.
Yep.
And in live stream, there's got to be a level. Like I swear constantly, day in, day out. But when it comes to live streams and YouTube, especially YouTube, like the amount of times Batchy has to sit through and edit and bleep out every single word I say because it's an F right after everything. I think I use an F for apostrophes in this, not apostrophes, sorry, it's commas. And that's the realism when it comes to like it is very difficult. Live streaming, especially, a lot of people think it's so easy.
Nah, it's not. If you don't have an audience already, it's even harder.
Oh,
like, see if you've got an audience that they're like, oh, I get it. I can interact with this YouTuber that I know, that I watch, that I enjoy live. cool, I'll be
Mhm.
there. But starting out with somebody that doesn't have an audience is like, you need to try and build an audience
Mhm.
by not only live stream, but you need to do other stuff as well to get people in. Because if you've got one person watching you for 2 hours and you're sitting there, it's dull, it's boring. If they're not
Yeah.
chatting, it's like I'm sitting for basically an audience of nobody, and it's brutal. It
Oh,
really is.
it's
People think, oh man,
very
I'm
hard.
going to be the next ninja. It's like, nah, you're probably not.
Mm.
Chances are you
Yeah.
won't. It's hard.
Chances
as.
are very like not to hinder MD's ability, but like chances of being in the kinds of levels is, it's lottery kind of odds.
Yeah.
It's not easy, especially when you if you live stream, just say for talk's sake, you live stream Minecraft, you are up against, say 1,000 to 2,000 streamers. You know what I mean? That is so hard to be able to grab audience to a
Yep.
game that's already got people watching it with bigger audience. Because some
And-
people do that. If somebody likes Minecraft and nobody's streaming Minecraft, they go into the genre and they probably click the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah.
Because normally first, second is French nowadays. But you might be at the bottom with one, and there's no chance somebody's going to scroll through 1,000 people to go to it. You know what I mean?
No.
So you do need to come with some sort of establishment. Luckily enough, I came with YouTube that had an established audience, and I was, very fortunate to be able to transfer over and bring these people with me. But it's mate, honestly, like a live stream with 1 or 2 people. I've been there. I done CS:GO live streams 5 or 6 years ago, and it was difficult.
So what's like
Well,
the
God.
future for your like content looking like? Are you thinking about more switching to streaming as opposed to doing like your own kind of videos and that, or is that still going to be a big part of it, or have you thought about it at all? Have you had time to think about it?
I've had time to think about it. I mean, I'm too devoted to the channel of Batchy. I know it's obviously everybody will say it's no your channel because it's not your name. I put a lot of blood and sweat and tears into that channel just as much as the holder of the name. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, he puts a lot more time into. He has the time in his hands. So I'm too devoted to that, and the projects we've got coming up are without letting anything away, they are massive. Like one of the ones we spoke about today is just out of this world, and I just don't like. And if we start to do this, there is no time. Like one of the reasons I haven't streamed lately. I don't know if anyone had seen the last video, which was the
Yeah.
one about the circle.
Yep. Sponsored by
I
Raid
had-
Shadow Legends.
I have spent no problem about 60 or 70 quid in diesel just to do that video,
Jesus.
and that is 30
What?
30 minute 30 because Batchy lives 30 minutes away from me.
Mhm.
So I'm traveling an hour a day, and I stream Monday and the Wednesdays, and then obviously Tuesdays and Thursdays with my girlfriend and our kid, and then Fridays is like Saturdays and Sundays I'm much busier, and then Saturday, every single Saturday I'm always over Batchy. So it is, you're spending roughly during that video probably about 3 hours a driving in a week just to do this video, and then you're over. And I'm finishing work straight away, and then going over there, bogging, tired for starting at 7 in the morning and finishing at 5. So there was no time to do all the streaming and all that. So I have devoted so much time to the Batchy channel that streaming is away in the background. My channel is further in the background. Like that is much smaller than the things that we are coming up with. And I'm more comfortable working as a duo. I work better in that way.
Yeah, I'm the exact same. I work much better as a group to bounce ideas off people than try to do it on my own. I hate that. I second guess myself a lot. Like I'll be like, oh, it's a shit hot idea, and then I'll start kind of sitting down and writing it and thinking about it, and I'll go, is it a good idea?
Yeah.
And then you keep going, and you're like, no, I don't think I like it anymore. But a lot of the time you're just too close to it. Whereas if you've got somebody else there that can kind of put you in line and be like, no, it is good. What are you talking about, you fucking idiot? Shut up. And it's like, all right, fair enough, let's crack it on. It's
Well,
much
The
easier to do.
lovely part about what you said there is one thing that comes with working as a team or a duo or triple, whatever you want to talk about. If it's 5, 6, 7, 2 people, the best thing that you're doing is you're getting hopefully two completely opposite people. So if you've got an idea that sounds banging, or you've got something you want to put in, that person's there to say, well, no, because this, or I, because this. If
Mhm.
you can come up with an agreement, there's more variety and that's what YouTube is. You
Yeah.
can never please everybody. There's so much variety that you need to technically have multiple people. That's why I think teams work. They work much better.
Definitely.
Such as like people like PewDiePie, he's got it. You know, he's got it perfect. That man was lucky enough to be in the position at the right time, and he's bombed it. And he can literally name a video AIDS and upload it tomorrow, and it'll make 1.2, 1.3
Yep.
million, no problem.
It's mad.
Right, I've seen him upload a video and it said on it something like I can't remember, but it was like four words, all in small writing, and a couple of dots at the end, and it made no sense. And I clicked in the video, and it had like 2.5 million. It could do whatever he wants,
Mental.
and
Actually mental.
that's the thing with YouTube. What you're talking about there, that variety is perfect. Like working with one or two people, 2 or 3 people is brilliant, because to bounce off each other is fantastic, and you can come up with something wonderful together.
I think you're seeing a lot more of that, like even with some of the bigger ones for down south as well. Like you've seen like your Memeless and Will I Am and all that sort of folk like move in together and start making their content together and coming together like that. That's the one I said. Don't get smart with me. But I think that's definitely like an interesting thing for you to be pushing it all behind like the one channel like that. That's quite smart. I think
It's quite a bold move as well, though. Like that's got to be quite a nerve-wracking thing to do.
Oh, definitely. A lot of people say that. Like a lot of people always say, but it's not your like even close pals to me and all that. But it's not your channel. It's got Batchy's name on it. If that reaches 1 million, it's got Batchy's name on it. Yeah, it
But you're
reaches
in
1
so many
million.
videos.
Exactly.
And you're tagged and you've got your link in that, so you're going to get growth regardless of whether or not you're making content.
The beauty about it is when we hit 100,000, Batchy turned around and says, you know, like he phoned me and he says, we hit 100,000. I was like, congratulations, man, well done. And he says, no, we did it. Like, this is an us thing. Like that, this channel is as much as yours as it is to mine. And that's when it first went, do you know what? You're right. It wasn't like I cared at the time. It was just I never noticed it. You know what I mean? I just went on it, had fun with it, helped him edit, helped him come up with ideas and stuff. And then he's like, no, this is a half decision, like 50-50 kind of thing. That 100,000 is as much as it is to me as it is to you. And just because a name's not on it doesn't mean anything. Like you can play with a football team, it doesn't have your name on it, but you're still part of that team. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's a really good way to look at it. I like that.
Oh,
Yep.
So cute.
really wholesome.
I like Crew's like, I swear all the time. It's like, oh, he's actually just really nice and wholesome.
well, let's get to the nitty-gritty then. Like, what's the weirdest shit you've done for content? Like, aside from, well, that's for your latest video, I suppose. But
Aye, true. And the weirdest shit I've ever done, God, man. I mean, I would say the weirdest thing I've done without letting out, because there is a current video, but it's going to be in, I don't know if you know, this Wednesday. I don't know when this is going up, but this Wednesday 7 p.m. there's going to be a live stream, and there's a video going to be inside that as a wee sneak peek fees. And I've not don't want to talk about it because well, there was pictures put on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen Batch upload them. I was in a morph suit.
Okay.
Right, so so we went to Ninja Warrior.
Right.
And it gets a bit. If you want to watch it, it'll be there. I don't want to ruin it because it is one of the best things I've done, and it's also one of the weirdest things I've done. But to take the cake would be the time I hoovered Arthur's seat. That there is the weirdest thing I've ever done. Now, not weird. Like there's two versions, right? I'm a very outgoing guy, but see if I get put like in a very uncomfortable position and I do something cringy by accident, I want the world to come up and suck me down and take
you
me away
retreat into your
forever,
shell.
right? But when I do it and I know I'm doing it and I am aware of doing it and I've chose to do it, I have no care in the world for. So when I was hoovering off her seat, people were walking by. I didn't care. It was amazing. I knew it was cringy, but it wasn't for me because I was taking part in it. But then you've got the situation of the time I tell a woman to cross the road at a bus stop and she kept staring at me. And then I tell her to cross again. And then she looked up and laughed and pointed at the bus stop. And I realised she was just waiting on a bus. And it makes me die inside because, but that was because it wasn't optional. It was forced on me. You know what I mean? I put myself in that position by accident.
Yeah, you weren't an active participant.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like,
So luckily enough, I have the balls of in a way, the balls of steel and being able to do those awkward things and Hoover Naffle's seat takes the cake is the weirdest thing ever.
I like that.
I have a
I like that a
question.
lot.
Yeah.
When you did the thing and you went into like the abandoned asylum
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
right? Were you actually shitting it? Like, was that a real?
That place is
Real
haunted,
reaction.
Alex. That
Thing
place
is-
is
the
well
thing
known
is,
as being haunted.
Thing is, I'm 90 kilo. I'm solid. I take 215 kilo on my shoulders and I squat it, and I will tell you something. I was terrified. I
Were
was
ya?
absolutely terrified. I watch too much. I watch too much paranormal channels and ghost sightings and all this. And my brother is a medium. Well, we thought he was. We took it back to the shop and got him a large kid on. But no, we genuinely think my brother's like a medium. He constantly has ghost experiences. He constantly has and he's had them all grown up. And I believe so deeply in it. I really do. People obviously change my mind. That's always welcome. But I think because I'm getting in there so open-minded about it, I think that's the
Yeah.
problem. See if you get in there and you're like, yeah, I don't believe in ghosts. I've never seen ghosts. Fair play. You can probably stroll right through that and have no issues. But I think if you go in with that mindset, it's like if you lie and watch the stars and you try and look for things to move and UFOs, I think you would
Yeah.
eventually start spotting
Find
something
it.
because you're
Yeah.
looking for it.
Put it this way
Um,
though, like I've actually had mates who've been exploring in that exact place, and they were all hiding one day because security got wind they were in, and were floating about outside with their torches, but they were just all sitting in the dark in one of the buildings, and as the car rolled by, the fucking two of them swear down they toilet flushed like 2 rooms down. And they
What the
literally,
fuck?
they lie like the both of them were proper cacking it. They're like convinced, they were at least convinced that they heard a toilet flush, and they just fucking hopped out the window. But I've heard all sorts of stories for there, man.
was this in that same place? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Wow.
famous.
That
It's
sounds
very
like home
famous.
time.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is that I'll be straight up about it. Like when we walked in, I don't know if you spotted it, but when we went in, we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of weirdness. Like if you go listen back, there is genuine drums playing. Like we heard drums. Right, this could be coming for now. Houses for that distance are a wee bit away, so it could have been coming for something. It could have come for a vehicle passing in a distance. I don't know. I will always be the type of person to say it could have been this, it could have been that. I won't be the guy to say, "Oh my god, that painting just flew off that wall. It must be the wind because the wind is open." I won't be like that, but I will kind of make sense and be like, right, maybe it was
Have to try and rationalise it, don't
yeah.
you?
And when we walked through that place when we ran away, I swear to you, right, without the whole palaver of fake YouTubeness and prank gone wrong, gone sexual, or this. Like genuinely, there was someone. It could have been security, but this guy was like 7 odd foot, man. He looked freaky as hell, and he started sprinting at us, and it was the most chilling thing I've ever experienced. And he was bailing, like you could hear shit moving behind us, you could hear the fences rattling because this guy was thundering after us. And if I stopped, maybe it was just a security guy. But you know what? I really wasn't fancying doing it.
No.
I don't know,
Ah,
like
so
7 foot tall security guards gonna come legging at you
mate,
in the dark.
this guy looked like Samaras. He was a big fella. I don't know what was Samaras or Pudicelic. He was a freaky looking guy. But I didn't want to stop and ask him, so I just kind of kept bailing for it, to be honest.
Fair.
Is that one of your
How did
favourite
you-
pieces of content you've made? And that, like,
It is one of my favourites. Because I don't know. Do you know what? We went off on a limb on it. We just says, let's go to this place, let's film, and we made a great piece of work. But the moment I parked there, I didn't want to be there. I hated that place. That place gave me the most horriblest, stomach turning feeling ever. But I think that was because I knew it was of paranormal activity, so I was just getting into it with that mind.
Yeah.
But I would say I loved it to bits.
because that to me, like some of that content that you made together like that, it's just absolutely brilliant. Like just kicking
Oh, thank you very much.
about, fanning
It
about.
is.
It's odd because I can't watch I don't tend to watch any vlogging kind of content or American versions of that or even English versions of that. But to see folk literally just make a laugh out of something so simple, I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing that. To be
Yeah.
fair, but
I would.
I've had aspirations to get our casual guy, because he's such an anti-Ghostbuster. I want to take him out on a wee fucking haunted tour somewhere and see if he'll spend the night camping and no shit himself. But
See,
Well, he's back up in Scotland, so
the lovely thing about that is, I don't know, don't know if you've ever seen them. They're the BuzzFeed boys. They do this paranormal
Yes,
thing.
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah, they
I
too.
love it.
Right.
I'm
Now,
obsessed.
why they two are so honestly, like they two are the best for when it comes to paranormal, and the reasons why, I believe their name's Shane and I can't remember, but basically the very tall boy with the glasses, he is anti like paranormal. He doesn't believe in it all. He thinks it's all the
I
shit,
cannot remember.
and then the other one is pure believes in it all, right? So you put the
Yeah.
two people in, you now have the idea that if one hears something, that other one, you know, it isn't going to influence them, because the thing is, if you put paranormal people into a room, you put 5 investigators into the room, one hears something, it's all going to influence the mind because they're all aware. They all want to believe in it, you know what I mean? So it can change the
Yeah.
mind in a sense. But you put somebody in that doesn't believe, I think there's more of a realism that comes from it, that, oh, did you see that door move? And that person can be like, well, look, there was this happened, the wind came through, a blah, 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 and he's more the one to rationalise in a way.
But a little less like a Zach Baggins, just sort of running through room to room screaming that you're possessed. Okay, I love Zach Baggins.
Mate.
Ghost Adventures was the best.
Yeah, that guy's terrible. Like, she
The
showed me
thing that
one day and
confuses
he
me
was,
about that
and he
though,
was
like, oh,
sorry?
sorry, for folk that didn't care, man, like, it's dead fucking cheesy Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is one hell of active to be put that one for like 19
Oh, aye.
seasons now.
Well, if the money's good.
After this one fucking act.
If I had to wake up every day to eat a bowl of mud and I was getting paid what he was getting paid, I'd wake up with a smile on my face.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'd ask for seconds probably.
Aye, I'd be like, this is scrumptious, man. Can I get some more, please?
Fill me up, buddy.
Aye, let's do some overtime on this. But what you say is about him, man, wow. Like, I watched an episode and he turns around and he's all supposed possessed and he pushes his pal and stuff. And I'm just like, really? Like, I don't know, man. It's just fucking, it's pure
Alright, so like
childish,
him
man.
or Derek Okura. Rest in peace.
Unaware.
No way. Mary Loves Dick, no?
Mary
Derek
loves
Okura,
who?
was he not fake as fuck though? Like he got proven that he was just taking the
Derek
sort of-
Okura was the what was
didn't
the
get right there,
UK
mate,
version of all this crap? Ghost Most Haunted on Channel 5 and shit.
Hmm.
And
Derek
he
Okura.
used to be the
Classic.
medium that was walking around with his spirit guide Sam.
Right.
And
Derek
famously
Okura.
spoke to a dead woman called Mary and started screaming, Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
What?
Oh, classic, absolute legend. But he was like, he was that to
He's
the
not
extreme.
Big
but
Brother?
Chris cheesy.
Am I making
Yeah,
that
he
up?
went to Celebrity Big Brother.
I thought so, yeah.
And what was even better about that was when he went on, they were doing the weird intros at this point, where he comes in and the whole crowd clap, but then they shut the fuck up while What's Her Tits puts the mic in his face. And one guy in the crowd just screamed out, Mary loves Dick! And he turned around and went, exactly! Kept it at least
Oh, yeah, that's, man. It's the same. Like you've got Lemmy. He made not Larry Forsyth. Sorry, he made Raymond Day, Parasite. That was the the medium with the pinky ring. Does ever remember this? And
Yeah.
he does a phenomenal job of trying to like basically slate all these kind of mediums
So
that
good,
do this
aye.
stuff. So many people have got their have got their wages that come in just on telling lies to people.
Yep.
Like I'm not saying that there isn't mediums out there that probably actually can talk to, the overwall death, whatever it is. But there
yeah,
is
but
so
folk
many
like
of
that
them
get a bad name, so you wouldn't be able to tell if it was real for the average skeptic, I would say.
I believe you wouldn't also be the one to get sold out, tours and all that. You would probably be more just lying in your bed, freaking out your bean for
Aye.
probably 20 years of it, trying to get used to it.
I speak to dead people. This is
it's-
horrifying. I'm getting told repeatedly about how people have been killed and murdered, or how
Aye.
they've killed themselves, this isn't fun, and I'm not going to glamorise it. This is horrendous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly it.
Oof, that got a bit deep, didn't it? Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Too dark shit.
I
Let's
was
yeah.
into that. I was into that there.
let's get back to something a little bit brighter. How did you and Batchy actually meet? So you, Batchy, and Peter obviously had a wee trail that makes some smashing
Yeah.
videos.
Thank
Did
you very
you grow up knowing Batchy, or was it something that you met through your own channel?
The way how I met Batchy was YouTube had an inbox. I don't know if any of you remember this.
Okay.
We're looking at about 2012, maybe 13. And it used to have this little inbox that you could get into and people could DM the channel directly.
Yeah.
And I went on one day, had a wee notification, I clicked on it and it was obviously Batchy himself, and he was like talking about how he wanted to, find, like, because at the time there was nobody. There was no Scottish YouTubers.
Mhm.
I think there was like, I don't think there was very much. I think at the time it was Wee Man that was really doing bits at the time, and that was about it. But he was kind of, I think a lot of people were just watching him for the idea that, oh, Scotland looks terrible through his eyes.
Mm.
And he DM'd me saying, oh, there's not enough Scottish YouTubers. I want to meet one. And then we ended up talking. We spent a lot of time. We made our GT videos, and then we wanted to create this idea of, if Scottish people wanted to, get into YouTube, we would create something, and that was Create Scotland.
Yeah.
And it was through YouTube inbox, which is insane. So I never actually knew him at all. It was just through that, and I don't know how he actually found me. I never actually asked him how he found me through that, but at the time he actually had about 40, 50 more subscribers than him.
Oofed.
Aye, that's crazy, isn't it? And now he's
Madness.
got 794,000 more than me.
Something. Aye, you'll catch up.
Maybe.
Easy.
Maybe.
Easy.
If I ever go back that way.
I think it's definitely the work that you're doing. It's great. The last videos, I really, really enjoyed that.
Thank you very much.
Really enjoyed that.
Well,
We
if
did
it
put a
was
lot in there.
video that you wanted to do the
Yeah.
most, but you've no got the money or the means to do,
Mhm.
is there a ultimate ideal?
Yeah, man.
Is there
I
a
want to
dream
build.
house?
I want to build a house, a 10-bedroomer, and just obliterate it with like bulldozers and shit. That is what I want to do. See if me and Batch talk about it at the time. See if we were allowed to be given £1 million, we would invest that into the most insanest video, and we would probably die. Like genuinely, like I would just love to do something insane, like fly myself to the moon. Just
Aye.
something out of this world. But then again, so many people have done things on YouTube. You're always going to be a follower, a sheep in some way.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have like a a dream video. I just something I just want to get my teeth in about, something mental.
Grant the
Yeah.
Grafter gave us quite a good on picture. He said he'd like to do like Rocket League in real life,
Oh, well.
Yeah.
like
Have
hire
we
a bunch
actually
of
done that
go-karts.
Top Gear?
Don't think I've seen it. Might have to
But
get-
it's not
get
like
a look.
obviously minus the flying. That's another story. I don't even know how you would be able to do that.
Aye,
But they done like a the ball and the flare and all the cars are hitting it and that.
Dino.
Aye, it was pretty. It was pretty
Imagine
cool.
that though with scuffed YouTubers.
Oh, but see, just a
That'd
full,
be
or
fucking
even
mad.
even if you could get it done. Imagine a Rocket League Scotland v England.
Oh, that'd be Dino.
Like, bro,
Because
bang.
all the Scottish cunts would not be going for the ball.
Aye, just be slamming into all the English cars.
I'm just gonna sit here and
that's all
cry in English.
That's what I'm coming for, man. That's what I'm coming for. Just I want to
Aye.
fly out the windy head first into someone else's motor.
It's going to be 10-0, right? But I'm going to have a damn good time ramming these
Oh,
out.
and my car's going to be mangled.
That's Dino.
But I don't know. I don't think I have a dream one. I need to really sit in that one, I think.
It's one of those things, like ideas for videos especially, they evolve all the time. Like I've
Yeah.
got a list of hundreds and hundreds of ideas, and you're like, that's possibly achievable eventually. That's a good idea. We can maybe do that one day, and it
Uh-huh.
grows and grows. So it's like what you say now could shit. Like tomorrow, you might
Yeah.
go, actually, that's shit. I hate that. I'd rather do
Aye.
this.
Mate, definitely. On Batchy's channel, every single one of the videos I'm involved in, all of them are done over the phone. Like me and him just sit on the phone, sometimes 2 to 3 to 4 hours, just bashing
That's it.
heads on things that we can create, and it's always over the phone. Sometimes it's obviously in person, but mostly it's done over the phone. All the ideas.
So what do you see as like the future of YouTube? Say like, I don't know, you notice a trend, you see how things have been going, you've been on it a while now. Where do you think it's going to end up in about 5 years down? What type of videos you're going to be watching, or like trending, or what type of stuff do you see yourself making?
I hate to be the type of guy to say this, but obviously, like YouTube or internet killed television. It's as straight as that. Like us,
Yeah.
our kids, like television is not going to exist anymore. Obviously, YouTube on television, but I mean, like, I just don't see like your daytime telly, your BBC, and all that. I don't see this stuff surviving. So, also, I don't see YouTube surviving. I believe that platforms, social media, and all that, everything has to move. You know, everything was good at one point, and it will die. Something good will come out better, and I believe YouTube has an end at some point. It's done really well. It's that. When was it first created? 2004, I believe.
Mhm.
And
It's years ago.
that's incredible. That has outlived so many, platforms, and I believe that something is going to become better than it one day, and we're all going to move to that platform, and then it will be the same as your Vine, where all these creators once on Vine are now gone, and now
R.I.P.
these new creators on TikTok are born. So then this does the same. It probably YouTube will die. Maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. I don't know. Something better will come out with much more freedom, much better quality. I don't know. And
Yeah,
then
there's a lot of
new,
restrictions on YouTube.
and then new people will be born.
Definitely. I think it's one of the, it's kind of quite a telltale sign of good creators if they can actually roll with the punches with the new platforms. But being resistant to being like, oh, I'm just going to put my content on YouTube, it's staying there and that's it. Being resistant to that can kill people. Like there's so many people that were on Vine that were phenomenal that you don't know about anymore. Whereas you've got people like fucking Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whoever it was on Vine, now like top YouTubers because they seen what happened. They had the foresight to be like, listen, we're going to do a little column A, little column B, and let both of them grow at once. And it's just it's all about being kind of smart with it and moving with the times. Which
Well, definitely, but you've got. I'll go back to it again. You've got people such as PewDiePie. Doesn't matter what platform you go to, he will always keep his audience.
he's got a following.
Definitely, but there's other people that will drop and fall, like your Vine creators. Like some of the people were just faces. They weren't followed or anything. They were just faces on Vine, and then when Vine died, they kind of were just, pushed under the bed and left. And that's what I think. Sadly, I think that YouTube has to have an end at some point.
Mhm.
I just don't see it because you've got to look at like MySpace and all that. I understand they were massive at one point. Bebo, they were massive, and I know they didn't last as long. Maybe there was something in it that was different, but something better came out, and then people moved. It's just YouTube. I don't know. Something was going to come out at some point.
Yeah, so something's got to give.
Definitely.
I just wonder with YouTube like a wee bit because like it's almost like the Google of videos. I mean, it is.
But that's it. It literally is. Yes, it's a search engine now.
Sometimes you'll get the wee sneaky Vimeo or Daily Motion now and again.
Yeah, you need to find a website that works a lot better though. Like, see if you go to YouTube and you put a video and it plays. The amount of times I went to Dailymotion or Vimeo and I've clicked play and you wait and you wait
Oh, aye.
and you wait and then it plays eventually. Like, nah, you need to have the infrastructure for it to be fast because especially with the way society is nowadays, everybody's impatient, man. Nobody wants to fucking wait.
That's why Vine done so well because
Yep.
7 seconds that nobody's brain can last long enough. Like you upload a 20-minute video, there is a 99% chance every single person that watches that drops after 3 minutes and 30 odd seconds. I think it is.
I'll tell you what, TikTok has made my attention span worse than it already was, and it was already fucking bad.
Yup.
Well, one of the biggest problems with YouTube is your mid-roll ads. It's the same with Facebook. Your mid-roll ads is one of the biggest reasons people fall off your video because they just go, nah, I don't care. I've lost interest now. Like you can have somebody so engrossed in that video, and as soon as that ad pops up, they can just be bored straight away. And it's not like what it used to be, like in television, like STV. They used to drop ads like during Rambo about 7 times, and we all sat and waited.
'Cause we
but
had
it
to.
changes like the world, like people change gradually, and they can't be bothered anymore, and you need to keep up with it. That's why TikTok does so well. I personally am an anti-TikTok. I fucking hate it. Yeah,
Why is that?
Well, scratch off the
it's
have you
just
got a
so.
TikTok question?
Oh, I fucking hate it, man. Like my girlfriend spends so much time on it, and I just hate it. I hated Vine too. I don't know what it is. It's just so not funny. I see Vine like my most favorite platform. I'm an Instagram man. I love it. I spend easily about an hour and a half to 2 hours on it a day. It's ridiculous, but I don't know. I think it's just because if I want to watch a video, I can do it and just kind of scroll down that. You get a lot of TikToks that leak onto it, and I've
Yeah, you
never
do.
once seen a TikTok and went, do you know what? That's quite funny. I just haven't. They're just deadpan shite.
I'll send you some,
Oh, it's fucking
okay?
funny.
Don't
I'm
worry.
sorry. I'm sorry. Nobody hate
No,
me.
no,
But
it's all good. Yeah, man, fucking listen, tell their opinions, especially the wrong ones. But you know, TikTok's the future. that platform you were worried about, that's probably going to be it. So
Probably. It probably will be.
That's that. It's gonna be like, oh shit. TikTok
Then,
doesn't limit lengthy
then
videos, does it?
what?
No. Yeah, TikTok. There's not actually a limit to the length of your videos, which is.
Oh, is
it's
it?
30 seconds or something.
Well, if TikTok becomes a
No.
new platform that takes over YouTube, I will fall into the
Is it a
background.
minute?
I thought it was like 30
Yeah,
seconds a minute.
because it's on public record now. You're like, fuck, can't I make a
Aye,
TikTok?
man, fuck it. I'm going to turn into the Vine guys. I'm dying with YouTube, mate.
Well, I think it's better. Like at least there's definitely still room for long form content.
Oh, yeah.
Such as
Yeah.
streaming and long term stuff. And obviously, speaking of which, you were mentioning earlier, you've got something big planned on Wednesday with Batchy. Just want to take a wee minute, plug that.
Yeah,
To
oh
the full
yeah.
extent.
So we'll be doing a charity live stream for Strathcam Hospice, raising money. Me and Badge have done everything for charity every single year, and we couldn't obviously do our football one, so we've went to the idea of live streaming again, like what we done 3 years ago. It's going to have a range of different things. It's actually so much more creative. Like what we have put into this live stream is going to be banging. Like it's that kind of Top Gear kind of vibe to it, where like me and him will be there, and then it'll swap to something like actual pre-done footage.
Nice.
That
Pre-production.
pre-done footage that we've already done, we've edited it, we've got people involved. That'll run. Then something will come in next. There's challenges involved where we'll be eating dodgy stuff like fucking chilies and your dog food and baby food and all this stuff. We're going to be doing that kind of stuff. Then there'll be questions that we've given to YouTubers, and they've got the chance to answer, and that's already done, obviously. Honestly, the how much we've put into this is unbelievable, and I props out to Batchy and Pete. Like they have put a lot into this time.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to it. I'll be taking the time, mate.
And giveaways also. Apologies for that. I forgot Razor stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh. I think. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, that'd be really awkward, wouldn't it? Well, fuck.
Hey, posted today. I did see that.
Oh, did it?
Aye.
Oh god. I didn't check my phone.
Cruizah's just like, let me take my foot in my mouth here, pal.
Aye. Yeah, mate. I'm the Tom Holland. You don't tell me anything because I'll spot it out.
Do you guys got anything else you want to ask the guest before we wrap this bad boy up?
Get crazy.
Does your beard contain any sort of secrets that we need to know about, seeing as you
A
are the
big,
Tom Holland?
massive fist.
That's
Fishing.
fucking terrifying.
Really, no, actually, when I think about it, it does actually contain a bum chin. I do have a very pointy bum chin.
I'm part of the bum chin crew as well.
Bum chin.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I think that is now that I think about it, it actually does hide the bum chin now. That is my secret. Maybe that's why I grew it. Maybe I was very self-conscious about my little bum chin.
So essential
So you
oils
did-
as claimed earlier, shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, mate, shampoo. I always do my Nivea shampoo, beard shampoo, by the way. And then I'll do my Nivea conditioner, and then I will come in. I will give it a nice comb with a wooden, comb. Yes, wooden. Doesn't break out too much. it doesn't break the hairs and that, because like your little plastic ones, the catch and all this shit is. And then also, I then stick some lovely oil on it. It's by a man called Percy Nobleman. Beautiful stuff. Give it a little lather up, massage into the skin, and then brush it back out again. Make sure I get it through every single individual hair, and that's how you have a lovely beard. And also don't smoke.
Luscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke makes everything fucking stink, and smokers don't realise that until they
Yep.
stop smoking. It's madness.
You
Yeah.
smell the smoke off us. Social distancing tool, fuck's sake.
I know.
Jesus.
I did. This is the pre-COVID times. Come on. My probably last question would be, obviously, you said you don't have any piercings in it. You're an unpierced man. Do you have any tattoos?
Nope, I do not.
No. Ugh,
I am
you
a
think-
tattoo and piercing virgin. I'm in the works of getting a tattoo right now.
Okay.
My first thing I'm going for is a short, it's known as, which is for the kind of below the knee to the ankle,
Okay.
all covering the kind of calf and shin area. I'm going for a space kind of vibe, because
Oh.
I'm a big spaceman, and kind of chuck a little bit of, hopefully maybe chuck a little bit of Rick and Morty through it, because I'm a big Rick and Morty fan, but none too many. Just kind of involve it with realism and kind of silliness.
Yeah. Portals, pickles, and that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I might have another tattoo down the line. So
I like that. We should call the podcast Portals, Pickle, and Pussy. Done.
He keeps trying to put pussy in the title.
I do put pussy in the title a lot, don't I?
It's not a good thing. It's not how it works, man.
We'll rethink that, but I do. It's the alliteration, man.
Well, it's been a very crazy podcast. There's a lot of topics were involved there. I like that.
I've enjoyed that.
It was a bit scatterbrained, but
Oh no, I like that. I like that.
I like to pick a boot and stuff. Like obviously, I'd listened to the one you double at Sharp Div and that, but I'd listened to it a while back as well. And then obviously speaking to your late night patter again, because me and Dino here go way back.
Oh, aye.
I was there too.
You were there too.
Yeah.
But you asked one of the exact same fucking questions for the show, so you obviously weren't listening.
Well, that's the thing. You know, the thing is that if I've got the time and that, and you have a bit later down the line, is just an additional whatever. I'm happy to help.
Mate, I'm jail. I appreciate
Been a
it.
pleasure.
This has been
Cheers, man.
Fun.
fucking solid, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been great getting to know you.
Make sure, keep the podcast the way it is. I like the craziness. See, I don't like a step by step. You know, question.
Yeah.
Sit and let them talk. It's then becomes an interview. I like the
Let's-
creativity. I like
Let's
the
not
craziness.
tell him about the script, guys. Let's keep the
Yeah.
script secret.
But, that's awesome, mate. Once again, cheers very much.
Thank you very much.
Roll us out.
Thanks. I did forget to say, always, as always, I've got the three amigos too at the top of the podcast, but I think you probably guessed that. Yeah, thanks for joining, Chris. It's been smashing. You've been very, very well behaved, with lack of swearing, which I was kind of. I was honest. I've probably swore more than you, which is lit. But yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. As always, it's a pleasure. Have a nice week.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.